Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Barton Power Sports.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this July the 9th, second Saturday of the month. Means Ron Wong is in studio.
Good morning, everybody. I am so excited.
You always excited when you come in here. And the guy Treebill's over here fumbling with everything. He is
Morning.
There he goes. He's trying to get
some work done.
Well, he wants to get that website going, lroutdoors.com.
Absolutely.
We're going to do that, but appreciate all three of them being in there. Greg Ratliff is pushing the button. In fact, as we speak
and we
right
have
now,
a special guest in studio.
Look at Greg here, though. I mean, he's got one arm longer than the other one by 2 inches because he's holding the buttons down there.
And we have a special guest here that's doing some phenomenal photography work.
Where is he? Is he in here someplace?
Yes,
I don't
he
have my
is.
glasses on. That's another story.
Yeah,
Rodney Owen is in here. But we got a guest right now that he's been on so many times, and that we've asked him for so many things. But I do have to admit that it's my fault. The fishing rodeo went by, and I got out there and I forgot to even ask Mark for anything. And that's my fault, Mark. Mark Copley from Strike King. The rodeo says, "Where's Strike King?" I said, "Oh, man. I mean, I'm getting old. You know, I just and I automatically just head out there, and he gives me 200 boxes of stuff, you know. So it wasn't your fault, Mark. So if anybody says, well, Strike King was not at the fishing rodeo, it's because Larry Ray is getting old. No, that's just it, you know. So
well, Larry, the good news is we're all getting old with you.
Oh, that is true. That's a good sign. You know, this is the bad the other way. Hey, Mark Copley, a great friend from Strike King Lures, right out in Collierville, Tennessee. I know you're getting ready for ICAST. We already found out you've been to Gulf Shores and had a great time. Your son's team played 898 games in 4 days, and so
That's what it seemed like with the heat.
But now you're heading to ICAST. Man, you're going to Orlando. Going to have lots of fun down there. There's nothing to do but sit around and watch people. This is a production.
That's right.
Tell our listeners, before Ron asks you what you're going to how much effort it takes to get that thing set up for you guys.
Well, this year is actually a very special year in the fact that we are in our 50th anniversary.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
This tackle year is our 50th anniversary.
Amazing.
And we will be unveiling a brand new booth at ICAST.
Oh, wow.
That has
I knew that. See,
been in the making.
Did you see that? I knew that before Wong
I
did.
didn't know this.
Yes. The 50th anniversary of Strike King.
Well, I knew that.
I know, but they're going to have at ICAST an entirely different setup. So it takes you. You can't do this in 30 minutes, can you, when you get down there?
No. This will actually be a quicker setup than normal, but it's a 2-day process getting the booth ready. We've gone from a 20 by 50 footprint to a 30 by 70.
Oh, wow.
Still going to have a little bit of that cabin flavor that everybody came to know. But we're very excited. We actually put the booth together a couple weeks ago. It's all packed up and ready to head down, and it's actually
it's on its way now.
Should be on the way.
Yeah, it's on its way.
I'm actually in Orlando myself. I just stepped off the plane. So
so you guys, besides this 50th anniversary, this is going to have a new look at ICAST, and ICAST, folks out there, it's huge. I mean, you can't see Wong in there. I mean, there's too many things going on. So
I spend a lot of time there at the Strike
It's a lot of walking. He goes through 3 pairs of shoes. I'll get some kind of receipt from him after I got back that he wore out something, you know. But
and let me tell you, it's got to be big if you can't see Ron.
Well, there's more than one. You know, there's Wongs everywhere. You know, so as I says, what do we call him for his reports?
Wong's reports.
Wong's reports. You know, that's where we are.
Not the Wong report, but
not the Wong report, but Wong's reports. But what are we going to see, Ron?
Hey, Mark,
what are they going to have down there?
Just recently at Lake Cayuga in New York.
Oh yeah.
Our little buddy. KVD won that tournament.
Our little buddy. Now he's really friends with
fruit jar
Kevin
tournament up at
a little
Cayuga.
fruit jar.
Yeah, right. little fruit
He
jar.
won that tournament up there, and he was using not only the Strike King Ocho and the Dream Shot.
Oh, here comes all the names I love.
And the jerk baits that are out there.
Jerk baits.
But he was using a new 2017 product you guys are coming out with, the half shell.
Oh.
Talk
That
to
is
us about
correct.
some of the new 2017 products that you guys will be showcasing at ICAST.
Absolutely, and you're correct. Matter of fact, Strike King has been on a roll. Strike King has won the last 3 Bass Elite tournaments.
That's right.
With Kevin winning Toledo Bend, Greg Hackney winning Bass Fest, and then Kevin turning around and winning Cayuga. So it's been quite a roll. We're really excited about it. And yes, drop shot on the half shell is that's one of the baits that he used. It started a while back. A couple of people over in Arkansas, one
it had to be
for
Arkansas.
Basket, Ivan Williams, started cutting taking a rodent and cutting it in half, straight down the thing.
So that's a half shell. That's a half shell.
And so that's kind of where it started. And then Kevin and Mark Zona started perfecting it, and that's what we have now. And it's a neat little drop shot bait that has already helped Kevin win a tournament, and it's going to help. It's going to be a totally different drop shot bait, not meant to replace the Dream Shot or the Magnum Dream Shot, but it's a addition to when the fish are looking for a different bite.
Absolutely. I mean, and they always will. I know the Dream Shot is a great bait that I really enjoy using. What are some of the other things you guys are coming out with?
Well, we're introducing, and people have been hearing about this, the new popping perch that Todd Castledine and Greg Hackney worked on. It's a alternative to frog fishing type bait. It's got a open mouth on it to help it pop and splash water, but you can walk it real easy. You can throw it up in the nastiest stuff that there is. Really cool. Matter of fact, Castledine finished 4th in a open on the Arkansas River using that. And he's been working on it quite a while. This bait has actually been in development for about 2 years, just trying to perfect it and get it right.
People think you guys come out with new lures, and it doesn't take any time to go and create them and bring them to fruition out on the market. But a lot of these baits take a long time to develop, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. The KVD jerk baits, they were 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
Wow.
When they first started coming out.
And then, you came out, I guess it's on the market now, the deep jerk bait.
Absolutely. This is actually, ICAST will be its ICAST for this coming ICAST will be its ICAST release. We introduced it at the Classic this year and at Grand, and so it's been on the market. But this is its official 2017 tackle year release, and it's been a huge success. Kevin ended up winning the Major League Fishing Summit Cup on this bait, where biggest comeback in Major League Fishing history.
Yeah. Amazing. And again, we're talking to Mark Copley from our good folks at Strike King Lure out in Collierville. And what interested me there is what you said. So these things that Kevin Van Dam is already using something that's not on the market yet. And so you go to ICAST. So when do we expect people to be able to buy some of these lures that you're going to showcase with Ron at ICAST, like this one, the drop shot that Kevin used? How long does that take to get on the market then?
Well, when we introduce it at ICAST, normally you're in the stores by sometimes the 1st of August, usually by the end of August.
All right.
Some of these lures are already in the stores. The KVD deep jerkbait has been in the stores since January.
All right.
The new Rage Swimmer we actually were able to get it out early. It's an ICAST release, but it's actually in the stores now.
That's a great bait.
Yeah, that's why I know, when you get to ICAST, you get a chance to showcase a lot of your things, and particularly, your pro staff, you match that with anybody when everybody says Kevin Van Dam, but your pro staff is pretty remarkable, and I'm sure that some of those guys will be at ICAST.
Oh, absolutely. Most all of our pro staff will be there. They'll be in the booth doing videos, working with the media. talking about the new baits, and it's ICAST is quite the spectacle.
Yes, it is. And
it's a shot show for fishing. I mean, really, when it comes down, and that's what
if you love fishing, it's like being a kid in a candy store.
Absolutely, and
a big candy store.
And all the striking.
A big candy store.
Yes, it is. 650,000 square feet of it.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of wongs in there.
Huge.
Then
that's huge.
That
and
is
it's
huge.
growing every year. They've added the fly fishing industry into it. That's been the last couple of years. There's been talk that possibly at some point the boat industry may be included in it too. So
they're adding some of that
they're
this
growing
year.
This thing,
yeah,
and it's really exciting to watch them watch it grow.
Well, just be careful of the alligators. Okay, so anyway, Mark Copley,
not
thank you.
going near the shore.
Yeah, Mark Copley, thank you, buddy, and try to at least check on Wong. I've given him a little electronic device to wear,
so you'll tag team it.
You're going to tag team him. That's what he needs to be.
Between me and Mike Utzler from Lou's, we're going. We'll
oh no, poor Mike, Mike and Mark. That sounds like
I'll see you in a couple of days,
All
Mark.
Right. We'll see you, buddy. All right.
All right, guys.
All
Thanks
right.
a bunch.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And one of the things about this is Guy will set as soon as you get it, you try to get it on, right?
Especially the pictures.
Yeah.
And Guy's done a great job.
Oh, golly, you ought to see all the pictures that Ron makes.
And LROutdoors.com, it's kind of keeps you in a loop of what's going on throughout
and the archives.
fishing world.
You can go through there and you
Yep.
You will do that, right, Ron?
Certainly.
Yeah, and Guy, I know that only Ron has his own segment, though. I mean, it's there. Everybody else is spread out.
I couldn't figure out what else to do with him. So I'm just going to give him his own section there.
But this is exciting.
You're
Folks,
awesome.
If you want to get it reports, you're going to get it on lroutdoors.com because Ron's going to send them. I'm going to look at them. He's going to send.
Hey, by the way,
on.
you ought to go and visit my buddy Guy Trebo, too, there at Sportsman's Warehouse. He's in the fishing department.
I hope
he can
is.
help you out.
Yeah, every time we talk about fishing lures, I try to remember if we have that on the shelf.
Now, there he goes because he's out in
you
Sportsman's
go.
Warehouse out in South Haven. And one of our good show sponsors, David Humphreys and David Fields and Abby and all the gang out there.
Oh, yeah.
And David is now in the fishing department, right?
David Fields is
Yes.
now, he's my manager.
Yeah.
At fishing.
You want to have two. Steve Turpin's over there in the gun department. All the great folks. Marathon Way is not hard to find.
Nope.
It's just drive around for just a couple of minutes, and you get right off the interstate right there and make a right at that second red light. I think
It's
is.
Airways. You can turn it
Airways.
if you take a right at Airways,
That's
and then
Marathon.
you right on the Marathon Way, and it takes you right to the store.
There. All right, let's take a break. Come right back. More fish talk. From Lou's. I like talking to Lou's.
They're great people.
Yeah, I'm going to get up there and see that museum later this summer sometime.
You really should.
Yeah, because
I really should because
I need to be
the
in a museum.
Ozark Museum is they've done a great job. There's a guy named J.D. Fletcher who you know.
Yes.
Famed Ozark area fisherman.
Yep. Yeah.
He left a lot of stuff for him to put in the museum. It's very interesting.
It's pretty cool. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Guy Trebo's in the studio working on his electronic devices here, and Ron, somebody is here. And I don't know what Rodney's doing with that camera, but he got very nervous with me. Okay, we'll be right back on ESPN 790.
You can find out